Hey Rebels, welcome back to the Health Rebel, where we don't just slap band-aids on symptoms, we go straight for the root cause. And today, we are diving into one of the most misunderstood but most important health topics out there, leaky gut. Yep, it's a real thing. And if you missed episode 1 of this Gut Reboot series, you might want to hit pause and go check that out first, because we talked about why your gut is actually the control center of your health. But if you're already caught up, let's just jump right in. Not to your gut, just jump into the video. And hey, real quick, before we do, can you do me a huge favor? Like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Hit the little bell icon, and because that gets you notified when I put new content out. Let me know if you've ever heard of a leaky gut before in the comments, or if this is blowing your mind for the first time. Your engagement helps this content reach more people who desperately need it. And just remember, I'm not a doctor. I may look like one, but I'm not prescribing, diagnosing, or pretending to know your medical history. I'm just here to share what I've learned on my own journey. If it helps you, hey man, more power to you. Talk to a qualified practitioner before you make any changes. All right? Well, let's talk leaky gut. And yeah, I know, it sounds like something you get from eating gas station sushi. Ugh. But it's actually a massive root cause issue that's impacting millions and millions of people, most of which have no clue it's happening. So what is leaky gut? I mean, let's do it in plain English. Basically, your gut lining is supposed to be selective. What does that mean? Well, that means like a VIP rope at a nightclub, nutrients and broken down food are supposed to be let in. Everything else gets denied at the door. But when your gut is under constant attack from things like processed food, ultra-processed food, gluten, alcohol, stress, toxins, mold, antibiotics, and more, that lining starts to break down. The VIP rope snaps. And now junk and everything else gets through. Things like undigested food particles, toxins, bacteria, inflammatory proteins, they all slip into your bloodstream. They're invaders. And your immune system goes, what the hell is this? Boom, chronic inflammation. Now, leaky gut is a big freaking deal. Once your gut becomes leaky, your immune system starts reacting to everything and actually overreacting to everything. It's like having a smoke alarm that won't shut off. You ever have that when your battery's going dead in your smoke alarm and it's just chirping at you all day, all night long? That's the same thing that happens here. And that inflammation in your body can start showing up as things like brain fog, anxiety or depression, things like skin issues like acne, eczema, or rashes, fatigue, bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, food sensitivities that seem to come out of nowhere, joint pain, hormone imbalance, autoimmune conditions. And here's the kicker. You don't need gut pain to have a gut problem. You might feel it in your skin, your joints, your brain, and that's what makes leaky gut so hard to spot. And it's why it's so important to understand. So let's talk about the common offenders, the repeat gut offenders. What are these? Well, things like processed foods, especially seed oils and preservatives. If you haven't watched my episode about seed oils, I'll put a link to it right here up at the top of the screen, and you should go check that out. Things like gluten, refined sugar, alcohol, chronic stress, antibiotics, especially if you have multiple rounds, NSAIDs like ibuprofen, mold exposure, gut infections or parasites, poor sleep, and overtraining. Most people are getting hit with 4 to 6 of these things every single day. No wonder your gut lining is waving the white flag. So the question is, can you fix it? Like, is there a solution to this? And the good news is yes. Here's the good news. Your gut lining can actually regenerate itself in as little as 3 to 7 days. If you remove what's hurting it and give it what it needs to heal. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You're just inflamed, undernourished, and overwhelmed, and your gut is reflecting that. So, how do you start the healing process? Let's walk through it, and more importantly, let's talk about why these steps work. So, the first step is remove. We start by eliminating the gut wreckers. That means processed foods, gluten, sugar, seed oils, excessive alcohol, and anything else you know that is inflaming your system. And the reason it works is you can't put out a fire if you're pouring gasoline on it. These foods irritate your gut lining, they feed the bad bacteria, and they trigger your immune system. If you don't remove the triggers, nothing else you do will stick. Step 2, repair. Now that you've stopped the damage, you've got to give your gut the tools to rebuild. Now, some of the key players are bone broth. Why? Well, it's rich in collagen, gelatin, and amino acids like proline and glycine that literally rebuild the gut wall. L-glutamine, this is a great amino acid. It's really inexpensive to buy too, is that it's used as fuel for your gut cells that helps seal up the lining and reduce permeability. Zinc carnosine, it helps protect and regenerate gut tissue. Aloe vera and marshmallow root are both soothing, anti-inflammatory herbs that calm down an irritated gut lining. And the last but not least is collagen peptides, which provide structural building blocks for healing the damaged tissue. The reason this works is think of your gut like a construction zone. You need bricks, which are the nutrients, you need scaffolding, which are the amino acids, and you need calm conditions, anti-inflammatories, to get the work done. The third step is repopulate. So once the lining is healing, it's time to bring in the good bacteria. And yes, there are good bacteria. This means doing things like eating fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, or coconut yogurt. I love coconut yogurt. Oh man, I could eat it every single day. Doing things like high quality probiotics, which are tailored to your needs. Why it works? Well, your gut bacteria manage digestion, immunity, and even your mood. But most people are walking around with bacterial imbalances. Too many bad guys, not enough good ones. Repopulating the good bacteria helps restore balance, reduce inflammation, and support long-term healing. And a pro tip, start slow. If your gut is inflamed, even good bacteria can trigger a reaction if you go too fast. Step 4, reinforce. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lock in the progress by making the gut environment strong and resilient. How do we do that? Well, number 1, prioritize sleep. This is when the gut repairs itself. As a matter of fact, it's when your whole body repairs itself. So you have to get a good 7 to 8 hours sleep every single night. I use a meditation app to help me fall asleep every night. Funny story is that most of these meditations are like 13, 14 minutes. And I've gotten to the point now where I don't even remember getting to the end of the meditation while I'm in bed. That's how fast I'm falling asleep. You can also manage stress because chronic cortisol weakens the gut lining. Gentle movement, walking, get out and walk every day. You don't have to go run a marathon. Just go walk around the neighborhood for a half hour. Stay hydrated. You need to drink a lot of water, I drink about a gallon a day, 128 ounces a day. Try to avoid antibiotics and NSAIDs unless you're absolutely necessary. I'm not saying don't take them. If you're sick and you need to take antibiotics, take them, right? But unless they're absolutely necessary, try to stay away from them. And keep eating a nutrient-dense whole food diet. Lots of fruits, a lot of veggies, a lot of, organic meats, nuts, seeds, all those types of great foods. And you got to remember, this is about creating a gut-friendly lifestyle because healing isn't a protocol, it's a new foundation. When you reinforce the gut daily, you're less likely to relapse, less likely to react to foods, and you start unlocking the kind of energy, clarity, and strength that you forgot you could feel. So I want to leave you with a final thought here. Leaky gut isn't some fringe theory. It's real, it's common, and it's fixable. If you've been chasing random symptoms and nothing seems to work, you've got to look at the gut. You can't out-supplement a broken gut. You can't out-medicate it. You have to heal it. And in our next episode, we're going to be exposing the top 5 foods that you probably think are healthy, but are actually destroying your gut. You don't want to miss that one. Trust me on it. So if this helps, smash the like button, subscribe, drop a comment below, hit the little bell icon so you get notified. And do me a favor, tell me if you've ever dealt with with leaky gut systems or what surprised you most in the episode. I'd love to hear from you, and I respond to almost everybody. Until next time, stay strong, stay skeptical, and keep rebelling. Your gut is the gateway. Let's protect it, everyone.